Welcome back to Sports Dump on this beautiful election evening. It's Lewis County's only sports podcast, sponsored by Elam's Home Furnishings and Mattress Gallery, Goebel Septic, and Americool Heating and Cooling. I'm Aaron Van Tile, joined by the Chronicle sports crew, Dylan and Zach. Kody will be joining us after the election meeting he's in.
Yeah.
Great. He'll be here soon. We missed last week due to technical difficulties, which weren't really technical difficulties. They were just scheduling issues. Everybody had something going on, which means we've got 2 weeks to recap. Oh,
We'll run through it.
We'll go quickly through week 8, which we hyped up all season, only for it to be a big old dud. Wait, that's not wasn't the button I was hoping for. You know what? That bit was also a dud. So the
games were not what we were hoping for either.
Yeah. No. The two main football games that had everyone's attention were both blowouts. Tumwater beat WFS 52-0, and Onalaska beat Toledo 40-0. Dylan and Kody were in Chehalis. Kody is not here, but Dylan was there. Dylan, quick thought. Give me a quick elevator pitch on what happened in that game.
Tumwater is one of the best teams in the state, regardless of classification. WF West should be fine, but Tumwater's just in a different tier. And
all right.
Just more respect to Tumwater than it is meant to be any disrespect to WF West.
Zach was in Onalaska. Zach, give me a elevator pitch on what happened there.
Onalaska remains really good, and Toledo is still good, but they need to figure some things out very quickly heading into the postseason.
Okay, most of the other Week 8 games went chalk, except for the Scatter Creek Showdown, which ended up being the best game of the night. Tenino beat Rochester 38-24. A week after Dylan was celebrating Rochester winning their Evergreen title by beating Montesano, and then they wound up winning it anyway, right?
Yeah.
What a weird... All right. So after trailing 16-8, the Beavers went on a 24-0 run to take control. Austin Gagne threw for 159 yards, kind of subbing in at quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And Mikey Vassar ran for 144 yards. Does this win show what could have been for Tenino if not for the injuries?
I think it does.
Yeah.
I think it does. I think that, I was a little, slow to get on the Tenino train this year after what happened last year. But just all the injuries that they've dealt with, they're still able to come away with a win like this. They were still leading that Elma game that ultimately has kept them out of the postseason in the fourth quarter. I mean, it's hard not to think if they had all their guys that they'd be
I agree.
in that top three.
And I bought the Tenino hype. I was just like Dylan last year. I bought the Tenino preseason hype, and I think had they been healthy, we're talking about a different team. So it is unfortunate. And they lose a lot of these guys are gone. Gagne will graduate. Mikey Vassar will graduate. Jack Burkhart will graduate. And everything I've heard about Mason Metcalf is that he's going to be fine. He's going to play football again, which is amazing news after that. After he was done for the year with that unfortunate accident. But I trust the coaching staff. So if not for the injuries, it's a different season. But on to next year.
All right, now on to our most recent week, which was week 9, which also mostly went chalk. The only surprise on the grid picks board was that Tenino lost to Aberdeen. What the hell? God, you guys just got me all hyped up talking about Tenino, and I was just all in on him, and now I'm learning they lost to Aberdeen?
Yes, they lost it. I think by double digits, right?
The question was what could have been, not what is.
Boy, this is what happens when you skip a week. I should know that. I laid out the paper. We'll start with PWV Adna. The Titans won a muddy slugfest, 13-0, that Zach was there to witness. How was that?
Wait, hold on. I put oh my God. The Pirates won.
Pirates. I was going to say.
I think they won 14-0.
I don't know. Honestly.
You don't need to change the notes. We've already read the line. Adna beat PL Valley 14-0. Zach.
Jesus. All right.
Pretty muddy. I saw Cody's photos were cool.
Yeah, Cody's photos were really good. Yeah. Adna it was just a disgusting, ugly game
you're from Iowa.
That had punting.
I was going to.
It had punts. Adna kind of took control early. Really, both sides struggled with keeping the ball and under control. PWV threw 3 picks, all picked off by Jack Smith, one of the Pirates' 7 seniors that were recognized prior to the game. Luke Money had over 100 and had over 100 rushing yards. Bo Miller had over 100 rushing yards. Despite all that, PWV was still within a score into the fourth quarter, down 8-0, and then they threw the second pick. Adna 2 plays later scored the touchdown that proved to be the dagger. And then PWV threw their last interception in the fourth quarter that iced it. Just a ugly game that Adna now at 6-3, they get to host a crossover game, and PWV now gets to go on the road. So it was quite the game to witness.
All right. We move on to Morton White Pass, Mossy Rock, where the Timberwolves beat the Vikings 22-6 to clinch the final crossover spot from the C2BL East. Judah Kelly ran for 170 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Cohen Inglesby added 89 yards. Anything interesting about that?
Congratulations, Morton White Pass. You now get to play Napavine.
Oh, that's who they drew in the when we get there, you guys gotta explain what's changed with playoffs. This is a mystery to me.
2Bs is mostly the same. No, okay. Never. Well,
elsewhere in the 2Bs, Onalaska, Napavine, and Rainier all took care of business, and Toledo got a win thanks to a forfeit from Winlock. Any big highlights or surprises in these games?
The Rainier, one of their tackles threw a 70-yard bomb for a touchdown. And they beat Rainier, Oregon, which doesn't matter. I just think it's a little funny that they got together and they were like, yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
And they had I don't think there was an official trophy, but they were calling it the Mountaineer Cup and or the Rainier Cup and stuff like that. It just seems like a good, fun non-league
Instead
game
of a cup, they
year.
should give it a can. Anyway, in the 1As, Rochester bounced back to win league by destroying Hoquiam 42-0. Oh, thank goodness. I was on pins and needles. Dylan was there to see the blowout.
Oh my
What the hell is happening in the 1As?
Dude,
is anybody good?
So Rochester, I talked to after, and Easley's like, yeah, we needed to be the aggressor, after we took Tenino too lightly. So Ethan Rodriguez scores on the first play from scrimmage. They come out and do an onside kick, and then 3 plays later, Ethan Rodriguez is back in the end zone. It's 42-0 by the 4-minute mark of the second quarter.
Oh, nice.
And then they just put a bunch of young guys in and cruised. Yeah, that was a game for 45 seconds. It wasn't even
all right. Congrats, Rochester, on your league title.
First one since 99.
Yeah.
And
sweet.
We'll talk more in depth. They have to go on the road in the playoffs, so congrats.
Oh, yeah, they're not happy about
Tough
that.
draw.
Elsewhere on the 1As and 2As, WFS beat Black Hill 50-0.
I don't
know.
40-something.
50-8 or 57-7. Black Hills actually was up 7-6 at one point, and then WFS said, "Okay, enough of this. We're gonna."
And then Tumwater defeated Centralia
49-0.
Okay.
They beat WFS by more than they beat Centralia.
And in the 1Bs, Oakville lost to Nacelle. Nacelle,
that was
pretty good.
66-0. Yeah, Nacelle's a great 1B team. There's no reason to hang your head there.
This podcast brought to you by Goebel Septic, providing septic service and portable sanitation for Thurston, Lewis, Mason, Cowlitz, and Grays Harbor counties. Septic pumping, inspection, and riser installation, commercial septic pumping, grease trap services. Of course, they'll rent you a porta potty and a sink to go with it. Take care of your business. Keep your hands clean. Visit goebelseptic.com. That's GOEBEL septic.com, or give them a call the old-fashioned way, 736-2167. Before we get to week 10, we're going to catch you up on some soccer and volleyball district tournaments, which are ongoing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mostly.
All right. So looks like we're starting with soccer. Tumwater and WF West are through to the district semifinals. Tumwater handled Hawkinson. WF West beat Ari Long in PKs. Centralia lost in PKs to Mark Morris in a pigtail. Tumwater is going to play Ridgefield, and WF West will face Columbia River. Will we get to see an all EVCO district title game or an all GSHL district title game?
All GSHL. The South is so good at soccer and volleyball. It's just River and Ridgefield. I think Ridgefield won state last year. I don't know how they got so many good athletes down there that they could just dominate 2 fall sports at the same time. But
okay,
hot take: we get EVCO versus GSHL. I think Tumwater beats Ridgefield tomorrow, and Columbia River rolls WF West.
Okay. All right.
I still think they both make state.
Meanwhile, in the 1As, Tenino also won in PKs, beating Kalama in a pigtail. They'll play Seton Catholic. And Rochester will face Kingsway Christian in district quarterfinal matches tonight. Any inklings which way those are going to go?
I think Rochester could maybe keep it competitive with Kingsway Christian. I don't know if they win, but I think they keep it competitive. Tonight will probably have to play their best game of the year to upend Seton Catholic. That's one of the best 1As in the league, in the state, and clearly the best Trico team.
I hate that my first thought was I just lean private schools by default because
They
that's
do
a
tend to
sucky
be
part
better
of
at
high school
soccer.
sports. But I mean, yeah.
All right. In the 2Bs, the two semifinal matches are Napa and Adna and Toledo on Alaska. And Winlock can win 2 straight to make it to state. That all starts on Thursday. Who's going to come out on top there?
I think Napavine will come out on top, but I think all 4 semifinalists will end up making it through to state. Because the semifinalists, if they lose, they just have one more game, and if they win it, they're in state. Whereas Winlock in the bottom half of the bracket has to win their first game, and then they have to beat a semifinal loser to make it through.
Yeah. All right. Moving to volleyball. Rainier and Adna are playing a district semifinal. I feel like they should be on opposite sides of the bracket.
Well, that was a discussion after, because Mossy Rock got upset by Tudor Lake on the last day of the year. So they finished with the same record as Rainier, Mossy and Rainier.
Yeah.
Mossy beat Rainier, so they get the 2.
Okay.
They have to drive to Forks, but now they don't have to face Rainier or Adna. They're on the lighter side of the bracket. So they beat North Beach, and now they get Forks.
Also, these 2 games, this semifinal between Rainier and Adna, they get to play all the way in Raymond.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Because Forks beat Tudor Lake. If Tudor Lake had won, the rumblings were that Napavine would have hosted the semis if it was 4C 2BL teams. It was originally going to be Adna.
Yeah.
But obviously a lot of teams don't want to play Adna at Adna for obvious reasons.
Cody's here.
Now we get to make the trip.
Yeah, Cody is here.
Mowing down. Here.
You gonna throw the cans on, big guy?
Huh?
You gonna throw the headphones on?
How's the banana bread?
Oh, who's ever called them cans? I'm not eating banana bread. I'm eating pizza.
Anyway,
My cans are all tangled up over
You
here,
literally have a piece of banana bread right there.
I'm eating a piece of pizza though, Zach. I have both.
You know what? I'm gonna mute Cody until he gets his headphones on. Anyway,
They're all messed up. What have you done?
What's it mean?
He's making
right.
it worse.
I didn't make it to news camp yesterday.
You're not even talking into the mic.
It's muted anyway. The cans aren't
Am I
on
on?
yet.
Yeah,
we're
there
on?
you go.
We're live?
There you go. Yeah, there you
We
go.
are back. How's everybody doing?
We're great. Look at that shirt you're wearing. You look like a goddamn made man.
Like a what?
You look like you're in the Italian mob,
Thank you.
but you live in Florida. Like you're retired.
Like Scarface.
No.
Like Tony Montana. Yeah, I'll take it.
He was Cuban.
What? You never said anything about being Cuban.
Right.
You said
You said you're in the no. You said you're the Italian mob.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Anyway,
Whatever, man.
all right, there you go.
This is
How you
sports
doing?
dump. Can we talk about sports? I'm doing good.
How do you feel about Adna volleyball, Cody?
I think they're pretty damn good.
You are on one today. You just rolled in here like.
Hey, I'm sorry I'm late.
It's a fireball.
It's election day. It's really busy for me as a photojournalist. That's why I tried to dress nice and look impressive for my first official election as a photojournalist.
I thought you were going to kick the door shut, light a cigarette, and announce that things are going to be different around here. Anyway, back to volleyball. We're happy to have you here, Cody.
I'm insecure about the way I'm dressed now, Aaron.
You should be. No.
Damn it.
No, you look great, man. So, moving back to volleyball. Jesus Christ. Back to volleyball. The 2A and 1A tournaments haven't started yet, but the 2As will start with a pair of pigtails tonight. Black Hills host Woodland and RA Long host WF West. Any thoughts there? Can they get through?
I think Black Hills,
I think, will.
WF West will have a uphill climb against RA Long.
All right, we don't need to spend too much
And
time on that.
Tumwater's in the quarters, yeah.
Those games will be done by the time most people listen to this. Meanwhile, PL needs to win 2 straight after losing to Willapa Valley in 5 sets in a 1B quarterfinal match.
Yeah, that's also tonight, so check online.com for results.
All right, this podcast is brought to you by Elam's Home Furnishings and Sleep Center, locally owned, family owned, here to stay. They've got a Black Friday sale going on. Save up to $600 on a Serta iComfort mattress. Sounds like a hell of a deal.
$600.
And you guys need a new mattress?
Yeah, I'm still on the market.
I need somewhere to put my drug money.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you need one for that safe house you keep.
Needs it for where he hides his bodies.
Anyway, visit
Just a mattress made of banana bread in his basement.
visit Elam's Home Furnishings. Check out all their great stuff. Their showroom at 1530 South Gold Street in Centralia, or check them out online, elamshf.com. And this last note just says we have all league teams.
Yeah, I didn't have enough time to write down the 1,000 names on these all league teams. We need to have a conversation. I remember Josh saying it last year, and now I've had to type all those names into a Google Doc. What are we doing?
Where is the Google Doc? I want to pull these up.
It would be
they're in my email.
Oh,
Or no, the Google Docs is in sports copy on the November 7th folder.
Oh, did you already move it over?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let me pull this up real quick. Oh, yeah, we do have a lot of them. Let's start with
Half an
C2BL volleyball.
hour. Volleyball and soccer, I'm not.
It's
the issue here. I'm
football.
fine with volleyball and soccer. If we want to start there, that's fine. Carson Freeman, Adna MVP, second straight Adna MVP. Kendall Humphrey won it last year. She was also first team this year. Danica Hallam and Gabby Gard, I believe, if I remember correctly, were also first team.
Yeah, Humphrey's there on the first team. And then you got
Mossy Rock at 3.
Aaron Cornier from Mossy Rock, Chesney Schultz from Mossy Rock, Emily
Taylor
Jacoby on Alaska, Taylor Schwartz from Mossy Rock on the first team. So congrats to all of them. C2BL girls soccer. Did Sanders get MVP? Oh, Napoleon's Hannah Faye.
Yeah,
MVP.
Hannah Faye did.
Sanders earned offensive
Offensive
MVP player of the year, essentially.
Yeah.
All right, we need to have a discussion about this. This is no knock at any of the players receiving these awards, but having a league MVP, an offensive MVP, and 2 co-defensive MVPs, make a decision. That's fine. Congratulations to all 4 of them. How many goals did Sanders finish with? Like 30?
I don't know.
Somewhere around there. She beat if I remember correctly, the record was 26, or maybe she scored 26 and the record was 24. She scored a lot of goals. It was somewhere around 30 by the end of it.
All right. So, yeah, congrats on all of
it
them.
was Jalen Amon and who was the other co-defensive?
Clara Faye?
Clara Faye.
Clara Faye.
Yeah.
Okay. C2BL All League Football. How many pages is this document?
Oh my gosh, it's like 750 words.
Let's see.
4 pages.
All right. Loggers and Tigers dominate all C2BL football. Are these broken into East and West, or is it all
Yes,
one?
are broken into East and West.
Okay, so the C2BL East. Co-offensive MVPs. God damn it. Blaze Underhill and Rodrigo Rodriguez. And then Rodrigo Rodriguez is the defensive MVP. Although this set of notes says the defensive MWP, you fool.
That means the online article also says MWP.
Jesus.
Because I just copy and paste it.
Anyway.
Drove me crazy.
Congrats to both of them. And no shade to those 2 players who both had an excellent season. But come on.
Deserving.
Yeah,
sure,
they deserve it. But and yet, first team quarterback was Eli Weeks. That's the only other highlight of the year. Maz got coach of the year. Good for Maz.
Rodrigo Rodriguez was also first team return specialist.
Okay. Did they have any other first team awards they decided to foist upon him? A lot of players on these lists. So let's see. We've got
Yes.
I got to
first
comb
team,
through it. Let's see.
second team, and honorable mention. That's a lot. C2BL West, offensive MVP, Carson Denault. Defensive MVP, Colin Shields, both from Napavine. That's how you do it. One of you.
Just
Although,
one.
you know what? Maybe get rid of offensive and defensive and just have MVP. That's all you need.
I don't
agree.
disagree with that take. It's a good take.
Solid take.
Cody, this might be a mean question, but weren't you were second team your senior year?
It's pretty. Congratulations.
Are you guys going to ask me how I feel about this?
Yes.
It's the same question. It's the same question you asked me last year.
Well,
I don't remember. Do we ask
Has
the
your
similar
opinion
question?
changed?
No, I think it's fine. I think it gives the boys something to look forward to. Play a little harder. It's a nice thing to have. It might be a ploy by the Leatherman's jacket companies because best believe I put those patches on there.
Do you get like a certificate, a plaque, or anything? How's that work?
I think I got a certificate.
You still have it?
That's it. Probably not. That's probably my mom probably
You look
has
like
it somewhere.
you lit it on fire and then lit your cigar with it.
Why?
That's just how you looked at
Dude,
it.
I'm wearing a red shirt. What the hell? I thought I looked nice.
Did you tuck your gold chain under?
Nah, it's right here.
also, I just like to point out that Dylan mentioned to me, like, hey, make sure that some PWV kids' names are spelled correctly because there might be some incorrect. I would just like to point out that Spud Swoger, isn't it Swagger?
It's
No.
Swagger.
Is it Swagger?
Swagger.
I thought it was Swagger.
You thought his name was Spud Swagger?
Apparently, the fact that his name is Spud.
Was Cheese all league?
That's a fairly common name.
No, it's
Connor
not.
Connor Keaton's Cheese, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he was
think
all
so.
league.
Yeah,
league.
Cheese.
Also, apologies to Blaine King, who apparently we've been spelling his name wrong for like 2 years, and no one ever told us. So
It's just Blane.
yeah,
Yeah, there's no I.
All right. Well, there's no I in Blaine. Napa Vine's
His name's
Josh Fay was
Blaine?
named Coach of the Year. I'm sure it's the first time he's ever won such an honor.
but is this really like? He's still not safe, right?
Still in the hot seat.
Right? He's still in the hot seat.
He's going to have to present that to the athletic director at Napa Vine High School. And
It's gonna be like the
plead his
Raptors
case.
coach who gets fired and then wins Coach of the Year.
all right, so yeah, there's your. God, there are a lot of names on this all league.
It's
team.
kind of ridiculous. I think it could be cut in half.
I agree.
Yeah, sure. Let's see, and then we've got 1A Evergreen Conference All League Football. The winner was, oh boy, here we go. League MVP, Ethan Rodriguez, Rochester. Offensive MVP, Mikey Vassar, Tenino. Defensive MVP, Marcus Hale, Montesano. Lineman of the Year, Wyatt Dahl, Rochester.
There's a lineman of the year.
Coaching staff of the year, Rochester. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, come on. It's a lot of awards. That's a lot of top line awards.
Do you just want one MVP per league?
Per league, per sport, you get one. If everybody's an MVP, then nobody categorically is the most valuable.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, just the all-around MVP. Are they a step above the offensive and defensive MVPs?
Yes,
I think so. They rank above them.
technically.
Yeah, they should.
Okay.
But yeah, I just trim them down a little bit.
They better get a bigger certificate.
Yeah. Well, they present them with a certificate's like one of those like cardboard checks they give to, it's like that.
That'd be sweet. Mine was just a piece of paper.
Yeah. Well, if you would have played a little harder.
Yeah, no shit.
Anyway, that's our MVP roundup. Congrats to all those kids. When I complain about there being too many MVPs, it's not a knock on anybody receiving MVP awards. It's just like, come on.
It's part of the process.
Yeah.
Those are all the teams we have as of now.
Yeah.
So any sport or league that we haven't mentioned, we just haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah.
So.
Still need all of EVCO and then 1A Evergreen football or
Volleyball.
soccer and volleyball.
Yeah. You are hating on it a lot, but it is really important to the players.
Yeah,
it means
it
a lot
is.
to the football players. I know it's a lot, but it's important to them.
That's what matters, I guess.
Yeah. What would be the limit? Like, do you think?
What do you mean?
At what point in giving out awards would they give out too many that you'd be like, all right, like that's. If
I
they added, like,
think
a
any
third
further
team all
than I
league-
think any further than it is now.
Yeah.
I think I could do without the honorable mention. I think first team and second team would be fine.
Yeah, especially when it's a sport with
Yeah.
if there's only like 5 teams in a league.
Right.
They've
If
got
you have
first team, second team, and honorable mention.
Yeah,
like,
it's
you're
the top
getting kinda
3
in the weeds there.
Like you just leave out the worst 2 kids at the position in the league
Yeah.
if there's 5 teams. So
All right. Yeah, that's fair. All right. This podcast brought to you by Americool Heating and Cooling. Your comfort is their business. They offer full service HVAC installation services and repair with a 100% satisfaction guarantee on everything they do. You can visit west.americoolonline.com to request service or get an estimate on what repair or installation might cost you. And if you're having an emergency, give them a call at 360-669-8378, and they will come fix whatever you need. Although, if you're listening to this and getting the emergency line and being like, oh, it's time to make a call, maybe your priorities are a little off. But Americool Heating and Air Conditioning, visit west.americoolonline.com to learn more about the business.
I forgot to put it in the notes, but should we shout out cross country district champs real quick?
Absolutely, we should. Trayton Marty for Toledo won the 2B District 4 championship on Saturday, and then Gunnar Morgan from Rochester won the 1A District 4 cross championship on Thursday. 5 will have 6 boys teams in total at state this weekend in Pasco. Tenino boys, and then 5 C2BL teams: Morton White Pass, Rainier, Winlock, Toledo, and Adna. Rainier girls for 1B, 2B, and then a handful of what's the right word? Starts with an I. I can't think of it. Individuals, excuse me. Throughout all classifications. So those get underway on Saturday morning at Sun Willows Golf Course in Pasco.
All right. Do we want to take a look at grid picks?
I don't.
Well, we know you
It
don't.
was a pretty good
Yeah,
week, I feel like, across the board.
I suck.
Except for all of us taking Tenino.
Look at it. Are these the year-end totals at the top, or
Are we doing I added that question in the docs. I figured we could hash this out here. We'll
you know
hash
what?
out.
I want to be the first one to say. Cody, congratulations on your 2024 Grid Picks Co-MVP award.
Did we tie?
We tied.
Wow.
Yeah, we did it.
Aaron, congratulations on being co-MVP.
Oh, thanks, man.
yeah. Put her there.
It's a solid handshake. This is what it's all about, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Happy
looks
to be
like
here.
we were both 79-20 going in. We both went 9-2. I incorrectly picked Rainier, Oregon, and you picked Mossy Rock over Morton White Pass, and we both took Aberdeen over to Tenino. Everybody took Aberdeen over to Tenino.
You mean tonight?
Or vice versa, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Aberdeen beat Tenino?
No, Tenino lost to Aberdeen
What I said.
after their heater in week 8. What a weird league that is.
Strange.
Yeah, 1A is strange.
So, anyway, yeah, Zach finishes the season, let's see,
Last.
80-30, it looks like.
I'll take that for my first year here. Could be worse.
And Dylan finishes 84-26. Ridley finishes, must be 85-25.
What about Chad?
Chad finishes 72-38.
I think that's about where I was last year.
Yeah, well, look at all the come up.
I
you
really
had.
turned my program around.
Yeah, you know, you've done a lot of work in the offseason.
Building, yeah.
To get to where you are.
Yes. We're so back.
Yeah, you're so back. Anyway, let's take a look at the.
Shout out Chad for the honorable mention season.
Yeah. We do have a week 10 grid picks board, which is exciting.
Yeah, I went ahead and made it just in case. I don't know. We
Yeah,
could
what
go
the
through
hell?
the games
We'll
at
put it in
least.
there.
Should
Why
we
not?
restart the records now?
Postseason.
Just go playoff champion, or just keep what we have? Because
everybody's-
there's no shot. Like
What's your
Zach's coming
advantage
back.
as the two who tied for the 1 seed? What advantage would you want going into the postseason?
We get
Yeah,
one.
just
like
reset the
plus
whole
5.
thing.
We get one mulligan throughout the playoffs. if we pick a game wrong, we can undo it.
This isn't golf.
You said you get. That's you,
guys
got
get
a better idea, man.
You guys get a bye week where you just like
Yeah, we get all of them right week 1.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
Ball game.
No, I think we should. Yeah, let's keep the overall records. But for
all
for
right.
the sake of champion, we will
co-regular
track the
season
overall
champions.
records. But you get a bigger trophy if you win playoffs.
Okay.
Although Cody and I
A
already
So it's
sharing,
just between me and you
trophy.
yeah,
Okay.
we're just saying this to keep them interested. You know,
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't matter.
Oh, thanks.
Relevant.
My
Anyway,
therapist says that too.
so week
What?
10,
You got a bad therapist, man.
the week 10 grid picks board up first. Renton. Okay, explain playoffs to me in football.
Okay.
What is going on?
So 2 Bs.
If you win, you advance. If you lose, you go home, man.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
It's our co-grid pick champion.
Hey. Yeah.
So 2 Bs and 1 Bs are essentially the same. There was some weird rankings averages between the 2 5th place C2BL teams and the 2nd place team from up north, which they had to play a tiebreaker on Monday.
Okay.
But apparently, I don't remember that being a huge thing last year, but it sounds like it's been a thing for a while. So I'm going to just kind of go the 2 C2BL divisions, the 1 plays the 4. The 2 Rainier plays Adna. That's 1, 2, and 3. The other 3 goes up north because the averages thing. It's pretty much just your basic crossovers.
Okay.
Same with the 1Bs. Oakville's going to Quilcene.
Yeah.
The A's are where it's different. So the A's for 2A, 32 teams make it to this opening round, whatever we want to call it, this round of 32.
Yeah.
And while as in 1A, it's a 12-team state tournament, so it's a 24. And there's a seeding committee that got together last Sunday or Saturday night and into Sunday, and they ranked essentially 1 through 32, and the matchups are more or less 132, 231, 330, 429, all the way down. A few spots could be adjusted here and there, so teams don't have to travel like 6 hours and whatnot. But that's basically it. There's still winner to state, but the winners will also be reseeded before
Okay.
the round of 16.
Or for 1A's case, round of 12.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, because it's a
with
12-team
top 4 getting a
bracket.
bye, like the 2Bs last year. I guess we'll start with not a surprise. Tumwater and WF West get home games. Home. These A games are also neutral site. I'll put in quotes.
Turf field, basically.
Turf, yeah.
Yeah.
So Tumwater can play at Tumwater District Stadium, but WF West is playing at Tiger Stadium on Saturday.
Okay. All
and
right.
Rochester we'll get to, but
Okay, so let's run through these not quite state playoff games. You can't call it a state playoff game, but there's.
I don't think they're officially state playoff
They shouldn't
games.
be. You can't be the 32 ranked team and be like, oh, I
like-
made state.
Speaking of
It's
32,
like wild card week.
Renton.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so first up, Renton at Tumwater. What do we think
Oh,
here?
we're picking winners? Tumwater.
You know what? I am going Tumwater.
Yeah, I agree.
Give me Iguodala.
I don't really see anybody defeating Tumwater in this round, specifically not Renton. Squim versus WFS, where they played at Tiger Stadium.
Tiger Stadium on Saturday.
At noon.
Oh, interesting. That's fun.
Yeah. WF West.
I'm a WF West.
Okay. Do we know anything about Squim?
Nothing.
I like saying the name. That's all
I'll
I got.
find out tonight when I write the capsules that will be up online tonight at cronline.com.
What time do you think those will be up there?
We'll find out.
Rochester, dropping down to the 1As. Rochester versus Life Christian. Where are they playing this?
This is at Harry E. Lang in Lakewood on Saturday
Harry
at
Lang
2.
Stadium.
Yeah, Rochester not very happy with going
Former
on the
state
road.
championship site, Harry Lang Stadium. What a dark time that was.
Watched a banger. Watched a banger state championship between Kalama and Napavine there.
Yeah, it was freezing that game.
Yeah, it was like 20 degrees.
Yeah, this was the one where, Rochester won league.
And
And by metrics, you would have thought that they would be ranked higher than some of, like Montesano ended up getting a home game. Cascade Christian ended up getting a home game. Just looking at some of the numbers, it was just a surprising pick to see them go on the road.
something that we found out was that every coach on the seating committee in 1A got a home game.
Except for one, I believe.
Except for one.
Yeah. Curious.
Yeah.
Is the seating committee public?
It didn't. I don't know.
I don't
Well,
know.
it should be. It used to be.
I've got the names. Dylan and I both have the names on the 1A seating committee. So
Well, look at you guys.
I don't know if
Woodward
it's
and
public,
Bernstein
but we
over
have
here.
it.
yeah, we have it. So
All right. Yeah, that sucks. On the other hand, Rochester, they did just lose to Tenino.
I think if they-
not even in
I
the
think
top
that
32.
hurt them a lot.
I think if they don't lose to Tenino, they're probably playing a better. They're playing a more winnable game and probably closer to home than Lakewood.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Like this Life Christian team's pretty damn good. I believe they're a league champion. I saw them in September at the Stadium Bowl against Napavine. Their QB, I forgot his name, but he's getting looks he's taking visits to, some of those East Side schools, Eastern, Idaho, Washington State. They've got a lot of talent. This is a really tough draw
Yeah.
for Rochester.
I am going, unfortunately, LCA.
All right.
also
Next
want
up, we've got PL Valley versus Friday Harbor. Where are they playing this one?
Oak Harbor
Okay.
up north.
It's a drive.
Yeah, that's a hike for PWV.
Who knows anything about Friday Harbor? I
I'll take PL Valley in this one.
think I'm still going to take PL Valley.
Hold on. Let's do a max preps real quick.
Okay. Lay some knowledge on us, Zach.
I don't know how much knowledge I'll be able to lay. Wait, hold on. Oh my God. I can't spell. How the hell do you spell harbor?
Harbor?
Oh my God. I spelled Haber. I'm a actual moron. Okay, they're the Wolverines.
Uh-huh. Oh, they played Coopville last.
They are 3
Was
and
that the
5.
Monday
They
game?
beat them 17-13 on...
Was that the Monday?
That was the
Today?
Monday game.
That was today.
Oh, wait.
I think
No,
that was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
Well, it says Tuesday 11-5.
It says Monday 11-4 on Max Preps.
I'm looking at Max Preps now, and I can assure you it says Tuesday 11-5.
Aaron, I'm
They are
looking.
Friday Harbor.
I'm literally looking at the same screen. It says 11-4. What are you talking about?
Let's see.
Max
I'm
Preps,
looking
Max
at this
Preps, what are you
one.
doing?
It's right there. Look,
I'm looking at
Yeah, hang on.
this. Go scroll down to their schedule.
Tuesday 11-5.
Look at this. It says 11-4
We have a discrepancy.
on their schedule. Click their schedule.
All right, it doesn't
I've seen
matter.
Aaron's. and he's right. I haven't seen Zach's. Hang on.
Friday Harbor's 3-5. I'm taking PL
I'm
Valley
gonna
in this
take
one.
PL
We have
Valley.
already spent way too much time discussing Friday Harbor.
Zach says 11-4. I can confirm.
Yeah.
Rainier at Adna. Where is this occurring?
This is Adna.
Adna.
This is probably going to be the most competitive crossover game that we have on the slate.
I agree. It sounds like it.
All of the 2Bs are at their schools' respective home stadiums, except Forks and Toledo. Forks already had to drive to Toledo, but now the game's in Kelso.
Damn.
Oh,
So
yeah.
now they got to go all the way on a
Damn.
Friday at 6 p.m.
That's
So shout out to Toledo for
They should
pulling
just play
that
it.
off.
They should just play it in Forks. Forks has turf field.
No, that should be a Saturday afternoon game. Like at least PWV Friday Harbor is a Saturday afternoon game because that's a hike on a Friday night.
I'm checking the drive time from Kelso.
Forks to Kelso.
Yeah, that is a 3 hour and 51-minute drive.
Oh,
On a Friday,
So it starts
so-
at 6.
It starts
Yeah.
at 6, yeah.
An 8.
8:30.
So you're
Get
going to have to
home about
leave at what,
midnight?
like noon?
Yeah, you're gonna get
probably
home.
like 1 o'clock.
Get
Yeah.
home about
Yeah.
1 a.m.
1:30 if they stop at McDonald's or something.
you're gonna
Only if you win.
you're gonna
If they get the win, stop at McDonald's.
and if they lose, they go to
You
7-Eleven.
get air
If they-
for,
if they
you
win-
get air for dinner.
If you lose, you get nothing. You go
You
hungry.
get sleep,
If they win, they go directly to Red Lobster.
which will not be.
That will not. Yeah.
Didn't they go bankrupt?
No.
Is there still one in Longview? Kelso?
Okay. We're getting off topic.
There's
Red
a
Lobster is
Chipotle
not.
down there.
Red Lobster is not Chronicle sports coverage. Let's continue,
Red
guys.
Lobster is not a sponsor. Morton
Oh.
White Pass at Napa Vine.
Yet.
What?
Judah Kelly. No, Napa.
I
Vine's gonna
wonder.
Yeah. I
Also,
agree.
That's fine.
I'm going Adna against Rainier.
Wow, what a take.
Lee,
Waco,
Are you going to go
Lee-
Rainier?
No.
Lee Metcalf
Adna,
was
through and
honest
through.
when I asked him. I was like, "So you guys get?" And he goes, "Napa Vine." And I go, "What a draw!" And he's kind of like, "Well, it's our fault. We had to play better, and now we have to go to Napa Vine." So I was like, "All right, fair
Yeah.
enough."
Ilwaco at Onalaska.
I'm old enough.
Can the loggers defeat those coastal elites?
I'm
the
old
real
enough-
question.
I'm old enough to remember when Ilwaco was 4-0 and everyone thought they were a top 10 team in Class 2B.
I don't remember that at all.
I also don't remember that.
We sure that happened? Who did they beat to get to 4-0?
Toodle Lake, Winlock.
Did the one-lot game happen?
Do
Yes,
any
the
of those-
Winlock game happened.
They beat Wakayakum?
Yes, an 8-man team.
Yeah.
And they only won by 6.
Okay.
Who's 4-0?
I will take
No one anymore.
Oh.
I will take Onalaska in that one, I think. Forks, Toledo. We already covered that one. Well, we just covered the drive time.
Toledo.
I think the game is
Toledo.
competitive for a quarter and then Toledo rolls.
And Oakville, North River at Quilcene. That's a drive for them, too.
Quilcene has one loss, according to Harbor, and their loss is Nia Bay.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So, rest in peace, Acorns, but you're not winning this week.
I think everybody's going to take all the same games on this board.
I don't know much about all these other 1Bs that Quilcene's beat, but one loss is one loss.
What they
Yeah.
lose? How much was the deficit to
Nia
Nia
Bay?
Bay? They get blown
By
out?
8.
Oh yeah, no. Rochester's getting the doors blown off.
Oakville?
Yeah, Oakville's getting the doors blown off. Sorry.
Little Freudian slip.
All right. Are you guys ready to talk? Game of the week.
Oh, we're still doing that?
Presented by Home Carpet Warehouse.
Yeah,
and
yeah, we're still doing that.
Playoffs game of the week.
And the Farm Store,
You get
which
to pick
has
this week, but we may
doorbuster deals.
hijack it.
Do they still have door busting deals?
They always have door busting deals.
Hell yeah.
All right, your options for Game of the Week. Rainier at Adna, Morton White Pass at Napa Vine, and Ilwaco at Onalaska.
I think there's a clear choice there personally, but
If we're looking for a
Tough
Game of the
slate.
Week we think is going to be competitive and interesting, I think there's a pretty clear choice here.
I'm
the only choice.
I can agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's obviously those coastal elites.
Ilwaco.
Slow
Oh,
down.
yeah, 100%.
Buzzsaw.
We could change up the playoff format in the A's all we want, but a lot of these games are still going to be blowouts. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, I think the pick for Game of the Week is, from a sheerly a competitive and entertainment standpoint, I think it's going to be Rainier at Adna. Yeah. But we will see what the voters decide, and give us a rundown, one of you guys, on how and where people can vote. Can you vote early? Can you vote often? It is election night after
you have-
all.
How does your burner play into this?
Are you a registered
Tonight-
Lewis County resident?
I'll post it tonight and I'll be like, make the vote that matters. Game of the week.
The only election.
We
that
all know
matters.
you've been waiting for this poll. We will have results by Thursday.
The fate depends. The fate of the playoffs depend on it.
No,
What results is finalized? This game of the week or the actual election?
game of the week.
Game of the week will
We'll
probably
go-
be finalized first.
Cronline Sports on Twitter, the Chronicle Sports on Facebook and Instagram. We'll have a poll posted within an hour or two, probably. So,
All right.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to cover before we wrap this up?
I don't think so.
No. Next week, state brackets for all sports.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
when
Are
do
out.
the state brackets come out?
Sunday.
The
Seating
10th.
Sunday.
Yep. So
last
fun.
year we did a pod the Sunday of to break down the brackets. We'll chat after about whether we want to do that.
We could do that on Sunday.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that. We could also, if you guys don't want to drive down, we could just Zoom one too.
I
A
don't care.
Zoom podcast?
You could do a Zoom podcast.
I don't
Yeah.
mind. I don't mind driving down.
All right.
What do I gotta do?
I mind.
Zach, do you have any hot takes for state cross country this weekend?
Should I do 5 lead pipe locks of the week?
Yeah, give us 5
Yes,
lead pipe
5 of
cross
them.
country locks of the week.
Someone write these down.
All right. All right. Go with my first one. I'm gonna write it down on the
The
document.
official document that is our notes.
Just waiting.
We got to cue one of those up as the Jeopardy theme.
You don't need to put them in the notes doc. You can just read them in real time.
I could, but that's a lot of work. Rainier girls will win the 1B 2B team state championship.
You don't think one of those East Side private schools will?
The two competitive schools are going to be Pope John Paul and St. George's.
Pope John Paul or Pope John Paul II?
Pope John Paul II, excuse
Okay.
me. And then St. George's.
St. George's. Will any of their famous alums be at the event?
I don't know of any famous alums from St. George's.
Oh, really? There's one.
Is there?
Yeah.
I don't know. Can someone tell me?
Sydney Sweeney.
Oh, I didn't know
guess.
that. I didn't
That
know
was your guess?
I wanted to Google it to make sure, but I can't type fast enough.
I didn't know that. That's a fun fact. I trust Rainier's talented underclassmen to not wilt on the state meet lights. So, yeah, I think they win the 1B, 2B girls team state championship. Trayton Marty will improve on his finish from last year's state meet. So he finished 3rd. So I believe he will either win the 1B, 2B boys individual state championship or finish as the runner-up.
How is he looking stats-wise against the other front runners there?
He is the 1B, 2B leader is Dexter Delaney from Liberty Bell. Right now, Marty is 3rd. He's got the 3rd fastest time in 1B, 2B. He's like 8 seconds behind the second fastest guy. 15:48 is Marty's best time. And then Weston Madden from Valley Christians at 15:40. There's only 4 guys in 1B, 2B that have run sub 16, and then the 5th fastest guy has run sub 16:10. So I think it's going to be a 4-horse race, and Marty's going to be right in the thick of it. 3rd lead pipe lock is MWP finishes top 10 in 1B, 2B boys team. Gunnar Morgan will finish top 30 in 1A boys, and there will be a 2A runner from one of the Tumwater kids. They've got 4 of them, 2 girls, 2 boys. One of them will finish top 50 overall.
All right.
There
Good
you
lead
have
pipe
it.
locks. Yeah, make your bets now.
They're in.
And don't forget to get your votes in on Game of the Week. We will talk to you maybe Sunday or maybe later.